And I think, yeah, now we leave. And hello, everyone. Welcome to the Drawing Chat. I'm your host, Diego Mita, and
Grinka.
Green Cat. Thanks. Today guest is Daniel, not Dan, aka Denio, artist and photographer. You can watch his work at his Instagram. Here is, watch it here. Here's the banner. And please leave a like on our Facebook fan page, YouTube, and Twitch. For everyone that wants to draw with us, join our canvas via the link to Aggie posted on our Discord fan art channel. Remember that we will also accept drawing requests for our Facebook and Twitch comment during our live stream. So with that, we begin. So hello everyone, and
Hi.
hello to first welcome to Green Cat.
The face reveal.
Yes,
Yeah.
thanks to Daniel actually. So, yay!
They said
Yeah.
it couldn't be done,
Stop.
but we did it.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Yeah.
So like make some doodles here. We're gonna draw now with a photography theme tag today. So Daniel, how are you?
I'm great. It's a lovely Monday here where I am.
Yay.
Where are you
Yeah.
from?
I'm based out of Austin, Texas, uh, in the United States, just living it hard. I am in Texas in the United States, so that does mean I have a little gun.
Oh my god.
But of course, yes.
So watch out. Let everybody know it
America.
gets real here.
shit got shit just got real. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're dealing with that Texan cowboy.
Wait, by the way, what why the name the Daniel?
Okay, that's a fun story. So,
Please share.
my best friend's name is Daniel as well, and
Mhm.
we are often called the Daniels. Um, we used to work together, and that's where we met each other. And it would get real annoying, or we would get real confused whenever someone would say, "Hey, Daniel, come over
Mhm.
here. Hey, Daniel, look at this. Hey, Daniel, help me with this." And so I was like, you know what, man? There can only be one Daniel, and it's gonna be me.
Oh.
And so I'm gonna give you a fun nickname though, and it's gonna be great. It's
Oh.
gonna be Dan Yo, and I'm gonna put it on your little name tag, and I did. And
Oh my god.
he is a much cooler Daniel though, and he looked me in the face and was very much like, "Nah, man, that's gonna be your name." I was like, "Yeah, right, yeah, right. It's never happening." And it happened immediately, and so yeah, they started calling me Daniel, and it just stuck.
Oh. I thought you had a pistol duel or something.
No,
Given that you are
it's just a little gun. It's not a big gun.
so okay.
So yeah, that's how it came about. And then I just started using it everywhere online, and it's been good.
That's actually a bit catchy,
It is
Daniel.
catchy. It
Yeah.
surprisingly, and I don't know if maybe in the Philippines,
Oh.
uh, there's a lot of Danios,
Oh
and
yes.
so I can never actually get the Danio name, and that's why on my Instagram it has me as Dan underscore yo,
Oh.
because some cool guy out there is Danio. And he's doing it better than all of us.
Okay. Oh, oh, by the way,
Huh?
uh, what do you do for a living? What is your
My job,
what
I
is
work as a graphic design for an engineering company.
Like
But
internal graphic design or
yeah,
for oh
it's more like they call it graphic design, but it's more like user interface design. So like I
oh
make a lot of user interfaces for different clients.
I see.
Very boring stuff.
Mm.
So I like to do. It's my job to like pay for my hobbies and the things that I like to do.
Oh yeah.
and what are your hobbies?
I enjoy photography. What? It's the
Yay.
theme of today's drawing chat, guys. It all
That's
came
the word of the
together.
day. Ding, 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 ding.
Woo! And we did it. But yeah, um, a lowly graphic designer. You know how it goes.
Mm.
And I'm sure that the everyone has already talked about what you guys do for a job. But what is everyone else's job? I'm not 100% sure.
What do you mean everyone else's job?
Everyone else on the stream. What's your job and what's DJ Comita's job?
Job. Well, right now I'm coming back from a funk of 2 years.
Mm.
I used to work as a graphic designer on my own business, freelancing business, and I was doing great. But then, oh God, I had like a mental breakdown or something. I
Really?
got a major imposter syndrome situation,
Oh no.
and it just became unbearable to work as. Yeah, it was just a crappy situation that I had to get out
Sure.
of. And then
But you got out
I
of it.
yeah
Good.
yeah I worked 2 years in a mm, customer service customer service business, working for a company. I don't know if I'm legally
Yes,
bounded to not say the name.
you
Yeah.
can you can say it. You don't work
Well, the
if you
contract is
want.
No,
done.
you
So
don't
yeah.
have to.
Ah, yeah.
You can say the fuck
You
them
know,
all.
actually, you know.
I know, yes, but you don't have
Yeah,
to say.
yeah,
We know
yeah.
that we
So
know it.
Yeah.
worked as customer service agent for a company, then was a manager, and then I just quit. And it's been 2 months. I thought I was gonna quit and have like a few months of vacation, but as soon as I quit, I had to start working.
She started
Yeah,
helping me.
it's
Oh,
his
really?
fault.
That's
Thank you,
hilarious.
darling.
That's
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
my plans were like just rest, but I haven't gotten to it.
Yes,
You can rest when we're
because
dead.
someone came like
No
the
rest for the wicked.
hey, I need some help.
Yeah, so here we are, and we're still on that project. We're coloring a comic book
Oh
for
wow.
an independent artist
Yes, I
publishing.
think so. He's
Yeah.
he's from the States too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you
When
know.
I had my business, I also worked for people in America, so that's why it was easy to start working on the customer service company, because I knew how to handle people in English already. So
Yes,
yeah.
you actually gave me some good, cool tips about handle the uh, picky client. Well, part of myself, how to treat people.
Oh.
Customer service.
Service, yeah. You had some really cool experience advice.
That's true. I learned a lot, and I learned a lot about myself too.
Hey, look at that, guys. We learned and we grew.
Yes, like
Yeah.
even the funks and the mental breakdowns can teach you a lot, and you can come back the other side.
Let that be a lesson to everyone out
Yeah.
there. It can come true.
Yes. Okay, photography.
What to do, what to draw, but I just started to draw like somebody taking picture and a camera.
That's the best thing to draw when it comes to
Oh, I'm
photography.
gonna draw my favorite camera. Well, favorite camera. I have never taken a picture on that, but I want to buy me one. In Instax.
Oh yeah,
Instax.
those are cool.
Oh, by
You
the
say
way,
you've never used one?
No, I've never had one, but I don't know. It's like it's not that costly, but it's like right in the price range where I'm like, I mean, I spend the same exact amount in a lot of little stuff like this, like stationary little stupid things.
I don't know if is that the camera that prints out the little pictures?
Yes.
Yeah, I always wanted one of those, but always thought that if I had one, I would start to get to the point where I would be like, well, this film cost
Mm-hmm.
$10.
Mm-hmm.
Every picture is $2. I don't know if this. I don't know if you're worth $2. Come on.
Oh my
Maybe
god.
if you're like doing something or like juggling. That's why I was
Um,
always scared I'd become that guy because film's expensive.
looking at
I
your
feel like
friend like you're not worth $2.
ugh,
You see there,
I don't have a
wait a
whole lot of
minute.
$2 friends.
Well, yeah, I feel like that would happen to me, and also like I would run out of places where to store the like there would be just in a box somewhere being
Yeah,
forgotten.
that happens as well.
Yeah, it's probably like people that do scrapbooking use it a lot, but
Oh
and
yeah.
I kind of wanted to do that, but I'm not that consistent. Seems like not still, I guess. So yeah, that's why I haven't gotten around doing
I have
that.
a friend who recently got into not I guess it's scrapbooking, but it's
Hmm.
with no purpose. It's
Hmm.
so it's just like you can choose a word maybe or some kind of a theme and
Hmm.
say this is all going to be trees, and then you just make a collage about trees using whatever stickers or papers that you have, and they seem to enjoy it.
Scrapbooking, like for art.
I think they call it trash booking or trash
Mm,
scrapping, something like that.
yeah, I think I've seen it.
Yeah, I think I saw it on like a TikTok or something.
Hmm. Yeah, I saw it on YouTube
I think
and
it's
Skills
big.
Store. Yeah, it is. It is a
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, that seems fun too. Maybe I'll do that also. I want to. Yeah, to do that. What?
The what?
You were gonna say something?
Yeah, I want to ask about the your theme in your Instagram. You have like this theme about the ghosts in the forest.
Yeah.
What's the deal with
Uh,
that? I mean, they're really cool, and that's why I
oh,
inspired to make
thanks.
the illustration for the post. But I wanted to
Um,
ask, like, how do you curate that, or what inspired you to make that work?
it was a theme that I'd been playing around with for a long time. Like so let's go back into the timeline that is me, I guess.
Yes, yes,
Um,
yes, yes, yes.
uh, I never really could afford a camera, so it always just used like phones at the time were big, and I remember taking a lot of pictures with my phone, and I started off by just taking pictures of bugs. Like that was my thing. Like I still really like bugs to this day.
Oh, box, yeah.
Bugs, just little tiny bugs getting up in there, and just and that was kind of my thing. And then I was finally able to like, get a nice camera, so I wanted to kind of move on to something else. And I tried the traditional route of doing like portraits, or I did like some baby portraits and some
Oh,
weddings.
mm,
And I was like, I don't know if they're fun and it's a lot
mm-hmm,
of work, but
mm-hmm.
I don't know. You don't have a whole lot of artistic freedom, I guess.
Mm,
Um, and then I started to feel like if I was going to mess around with photography more, that I should kind of maybe start to form a narrative of some sort. Like I think the
Yeah,
best artwork in general, I guess, is one that kind of tells a story, or like
yeah,
has the viewer tell a story whenever they look at it. They're like,
yeah.
yes.
and it's not,
100%.
yeah, and not hand fed to them, but like a story that like lets the viewer, just take it on their own and come up with whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I kind of like sat around for a bit and tried to come up with these little scenes that I thought were cool. And that kind of led me to the ghost, like the idea of this ghost that wasn't it wasn't even a good ghost. It was a ghost that was in a sheet, and the sheet wasn't even a white sheet. It was like just a sheet with print on it.
Mm,
Like it has almost this sadness, I guess, to it
mm-hmm.
that I'm really attracted to in a lot of my work.
Yeah,
Um, and this whimsy of like it's
that's true.
it's it's sad, but also there's a part of you that's like, oh, this is still kind of cute. I
Mm-hmm.
really like this.
Wow.
Um, and so this is what kind of led me down that path. And then the ideas of like what happens to us after we die? Are we just like floating around? And that's why I will often have the ghost in like nature,
Mhm.
because I feel like it's a good like juxtaposition to like this life and death kind of situation. Like I rarely will have it ever just out in the city or at a place that isn't natural in some way, because I really like the idea of the permanence and impermanence. Um,
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, and that's just what I've
Mhm.
been doing lately, and I've got some other things I've been kind of toying around with.
So you thought about all of this before taking the photos, like you thought about the whimsy thing and the then.
Yeah, it's funny.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because whenever I would try, I was like, well, how am I different at this than somebody else? How am
Oh.
I different than like a landscape photographer?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and my personality, I feel like is like I've always been drawn to slightly dark things, slightly cutie things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I was like, well, how can I put that together in a picture? Um,
Mm.
Okay.
and we tried a couple of things before that. I feel like that didn't work. Like I wanted to do, like I started doing these portraits that were your classic like model type portraits of people that I knew,
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
I would try to like change them up just a little bit. Like we'll put eyes on somebody, like, cover them in eyes, so that it's a portrait, but
Different.
there's a whimsical nature to it. There's a darkness, um, but nothing crazy. Like it was a small evolution over time. I feel like of coming up to this.
That's
Um,
true.
yeah, and, fun thing.
Mm.
And I think the pictures still exist on my Instagram, but there was a couple pictures that that
What?
Grinka actually drew all over,
Ah, yeah.
and everybody loved those. They're really cool, and
Oh,
I think that's a
really?
lot of people's favorite pictures.
Oh, yeah. I like them a
Mhm.
lot. That's why I was
Yeah,
like, oh, I have to draw on them.
yeah, and that's one of the things that I wish that I did more. I think because that's a fun thing as well.
Yeah, those portraits. There was
Um,
a lot of colors going on. I remember them actually.
yeah, that's another thing that I always like to try to use as much colors as I can, and I also will often not use natural light. So there's a lot going on in these little dumb little ghost photos.
No, they're not dumb. Yeah, I'm looking at them right now.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun.
Actually, they're quite funny. Actually, very colorful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fun thing I like about it is that every ghost is a different person plays. I've never played the ghost. I'm always behind the camera, but I always have to have somebody in the ghost sheet to take the
Different?
pictures, and everyone's always different. And I never
Oh.
tag who the person is,
Uh-huh.
but by doing it long
Mystery.
enough, yeah, doing it
That's
long enough,
nice.
you start to realize that not everybody is as good at being the ghost. Like
What do you mean?
Yes. How
not
is that possible?
so the perfect
Explain.
ghost photo, in my
Uh-huh.
opinion,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
because it has a face and the face has sad eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important that you see those little sad eyes, so you
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
have to have kind of a big melony head to to do it, to like look good. And
Wow, I
not
never thought
everybody
of.
has a real big head. Some people have really tiny heads, and
Oh
so
my
it like
god.
looks all pointy at the top and it doesn't look good.
I now get it. Okay, okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I would be a terrible ghost, and I think Ricardo would do good.
Because I'm a huge head.
I've definitely had my favorite people who do ghosts in my life, but I haven't told them who they are. So
Oh.
it's a secret.
Oh.
Nice. And I was gonna ask, like, do you or where do you do like sketches of photos before
You
the
know,
photos?
I
How
don't.
do you plan
Uh,
your photos?
I will actually usually sit down and write a little something like in a notepad, or like a little in the
Mhm.
note apps on my phone. I'll try to describe the scene. Um, and if I'm using like a lot of artificial lights, then I will kind of sketch out like, okay, this is like the basic layout. Kind of
Mhm.
like, oh, this is where the ghost will be, and then you'll have a light here, and it'll be red, and maybe here will be yellow,
Mhm.
and then kind of plan that out, and like, and then I'll be somewhere over here.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I'll put that's as much planning as I do in sketch form, but normally I have a handful of notes on my phone that I just long kind
Oh,
of
on your phone.
explanations. Yeah, just like writing out paragraphs like, okay, so this is what I would like, this is what I want to, what I'm trying to convey, and these are the elements that I would like to bring into it.
Nice.
Especially as I've been trying to plan some larger scale images, like more like almost like movie scenes where like if you're gonna set up lights and you're gonna have extras in the background, or get everything in frame.
Mhm.
Um, that's the kind of thing that I think I'm starting to move towards.
Mm.
The less simple,
Mhm.
but but I'm realizing the more I do that, the more expensive and the more time uh, is taken for these.
Yeah, pre-production, production,
Yeah,
and
it's
yeah.
and
The
I'm like,
whole
it's just for a picture. It feels silly, but
No,
I
it's
feel
not.
like that's the way I want to go.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I support you.
Thank you.
Let me know if I can help you with anything.
That's all. That's all I've ever wanted.
Oh.
wait. By the way, what inspired you to involve you in on the whole photography?
Uh, I had a girlfriend back in the day. Shout outs to ex girlfriends. And
Yo.
she had a camera that was just in a box, and I was just like, hey, can I play with that camera?
Wow.
And she was like, yeah, I guess.
That
It's sure,
old thing.
yeah. And so I just spent the time that I was there just learning how to use it. I feel like I've never taken any classes or anything, but I'm sure I would have. It's taken me a long time to be as comfortable with a camera as I am now, and I kind of wish I'd taken some classes.
Mm.
But because a lot of what I learned was just messing with that junky little camera.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean. When you are self-taught, you miss a lot of things that you could have
Yeah,
learned faster and more to the point when you take classes than when you discover them for yourself.
yeah. It feels like you could have gotten where you are, like as good as you are now, before in the
Faster.
past. Yeah.
Exactly. And the camera that you found, was it an analog or
No, it was a
digital?
digital camera. It was one of the first digital cameras.
So it was just
I
a
used that camera
regular.
for a very long time, actually. I think I ended up. I don't remember if I bought her camera or if I bought the same model,
Oh.
because it was very inexpensive,
Mm,
and that's what I taught myself on.
interesting. So it was not manual in
No,
any way, or oh.
I think that if I even today I would not be good at manual cameras.
Even today, what? Sorry.
I would not be good at using a manual camera. Like I don't think I
What?
no
No way.
no I have no I
Yeah,
need that
I feel
feedback.
you.
Yeah, it's
I
hard.
But
feel you.
like your photos don't look like they're automatic. They
No,
no, they have a lot of things going on.
well, thank I so I because I come from this background of like graphic design. I feel like what I lacked in my ability to shoot good pictures, I made up for in being really good at Photoshop and really good at like photo editing in like Lightroom and stuff.
Oh
Uh,
well.
Okay.
yeah, so I feel like that really came in handy, and I feel like
Interesting.
if you look at my pictures, they're probably more processed than a lot of people's. Like the picture that you get straight out of the camera is probably quite different than what you actually see like on my Instagram. I do feel like that's becoming less the case. Like I'm finding that I do edit much quicker, or I don't have to edit as much as I start to like plan better. But currently, there's a lot of Photoshop going on, and I feel like it gives it
And
that old vibe,
that what?
that like retro feel to it,
Oh.
that film
Oh.
feel.
And do you? I mean, I don't know because I'm not that knowledgeable about pictures. Like, can you tell when somebody else is like manually taking photos or editing them?
Honestly, I don't think so. I think some people can, but I know. To me, the, there's not a whole lot of difference. I mean, there's like little differences in grains or like weird little colors or light leaks in film that are hard to reproduce digitally. But for the most part, I feel like no, I wouldn't be able to tell.
And beside the photography, do you have another hobbies? I mean, like watching movies, comics, or series.
I do. I do watch a lot of movies. I'm a big movie guy. I love music. I see a lot of music around town. Austin's music capital of the world, baby. Yeah. Besides that, not a ton. I really want to get into 3D printing, but I just haven't gotten there yet. Because I also used to do like 3D modeling for video games back in the day.
Oh yes, I remember.
So I know how to use a lot of 3D programs, and I used to love just like sculpting in like ZBrush or
True.
building stuff in 3D Studio Max or Maya. And I was like, I feel like if I had those skills, I could probably I don't know, start 3D printing something.
It's never too late.
Start 3D printing
Like art
bullets,
or like what type of things would you
I don't
print?
know.
Oh.
Besides bullets for my little gun.
Yeah.
I don't know. My brother was talking to me just the other day about how he's like, you gotta start 3D printing so you can 3D print me up some cool anime figures. It'll be awesome.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, okay, sure. But yeah, I struggle with that. I'm like, well, what would I use it? That's why I don't have a 3D printer yet. It's because I'm like, well, what would I 3D print? Am I gonna 3D print tools and little knickknacks, or what I do?
Knickknacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to print art toys. Yeah, like dolls. Or
Yeah,
just
those are great, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then start painting them and become like,
Yes.
yeah, those would be great. That sounds super fun to me.
Mm-hmm. And it's art.
It's art, baby.
Well, you mentioned movies. What kind of movies do you like, or what's your
Oh,
genre?
man. I don't know if I have a specific. I remember going to the movies with my dad when I was a little kid. We would go like to this little dollar theater that was in town, and that was like our fun like outing for the weekend. And I feel like that's kind of translated to me as an adult, where I just love going to a theater or a cinema and seeing whatever. I just saw big ups to Everything Everywhere All at Once. If you haven't seen that movie, you guys should see it. It's too much fun.
What is it?
What movie? Which movie?
It's called Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it
sounds intense.
It's probably it's an intense movie. But it's the most fun I've had at a theater
Oh wow.
probably in years. Where like
Okay.
it's rare that I ever leave a theater and I'm like, I need to go back in there now and I need to
Wow.
see this movie again right now.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Uh, and so yeah, highly recommend that if ever you guys
We
are
gotta see
in
if
need some.
it's. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
definitely I watch all those, and I also watch all those Marvel movies and all the comic book movies. They're all a lot of fun. I'm not above anything.
But all the things, everything. What?
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Everything.
Do you know if it's in Netflix or in
It's
another platform?
not. It's only in theaters right now.
Oh, it's new.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let
okay,
me
okay, okay.
see.
Hmm. Remember
I wanna
theaters,
see if
guys?
we have it here. Yeah.
Yes.
Um, I hope you guys do. It's directed by Daniels. Bring it back to the theme.
By Daniels.
Hmm. There are two guys named Daniel.
Oh my god. Okay. I don't see it in movie theaters here.
What's the point of even being there then?
God dang it. But maybe because of the name. I don't think that's the name in Spanish. It's gotta be different. Wait. Is this like an indie?
It is an indie movie.
Oh, that would explain why.
It's about the multiverse.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
Wait a minute. Isn't in that movie
I
that
want it.
it's called Gael Garcia?
No,
No.
I don't think
Hmm.
so.
It's a lot of Asian
Yeah,
people
I
and
think it's a full Asian cast.
Curtis for some reason.
Wait.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis. That's right. She's still around, guys. She's doing it. Great.
Yeah. Just living it up.
Well, it's a Chinese movie. Oh,
No,
it has a Chinese cast.
it has a predominantly Asian cast. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Isn't there?
and
I think I know what movie is. Oh my God!
But
It's
I don't think it's here.
the protagonist is a very famous actress.
yes,
It's an actual martial
she's
artist.
from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yes, yes,
Michelle
yes.
Yao.
Michelle Yao. Exactly. Ooh, from long.
Spanish.
She's an old martial artist
Yeah,
actress. Yes,
Wow, it says dark comedy
I know.
and science fiction. Those are the genres.
those are your favorite movie topics, favorite movie genres.
Not like, I mean, yeah, but also it says here that movie is that. Both of those. Interesting. But I don't think it's gonna be here.
Ever?
Not yet. Not yet. Probably in
Maybe,
a few weeks.
yeah, maybe later in like some art place.
Yes, we have here like the Cineforo
Mhm.
from the University of the
Oh,
Guadalajara University.
yeah, Guadalajara.
That's the place.
Y'all, tell me about the city a little bit because I don't know much about it. I've been to a handful of places in Mexico, but not there. And I've always wanted to go there because I hear
It's
good
good.
things.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's like in between small towns or small states.
Quite small.
Yeah, it's not about the size, but about the urban developing.
Yeah.
Developing. um, so we are in between Mexico City and a small town because I mean we don't have awesome things museum
You
wise.
you
I
don't
mean
have museums?
we do,
Yes,
but they're not as
Wow.
crazy great as in Mexico City, to be honest. I mean, we are getting there slowly but surely, but we have not gotten as good as in Mexico City, to be honest. But we have a lot of things, uh, architecture and art and fun and the nightlife and
Ooh.
stuff. We're getting there, yeah, slowly but surely.
What's a
And
fun
there's
thing that
not a
you
lot
guys
of
like to do?
Hmm?
What do you guys like to do? Like if
we
it's a weekend night, There's no work to be done.
Well, I'm a total nerd, so I usually play Dungeons and Dragons with my friends on weekends.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
No, but if there's a fun exposition in the museum, well, I usually I try to go.
Oh.
And I mean, there's well, for me, it's I like to go to eat on restaurants or some new like indie restaurant or from some kind of style, just like Asian food or another type of cuisine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Do you have a favorite restaurant right now?
Yes, I have like
Who-
this is an Asian restaurant. It's called Usagi.
Oh.
Ooh. What is their do they have a specialty kind of thing, or like are they
They
really
they
well
they,
known
they,
for
they
their?
they're
Yeah,
really famous. I will you tell it.
yeah. The big thing, like they have a big dish with a lot of little dishes. Like a lot of fish. How do you say?
Big
Sushis.
fish.
Fillet.
It's a lot of little
Sushi,
fish.
but also like all kinds of fish meat cooked in different ways. Like all of that is
Ooh.
Japanese authentic cuisine, um,
So
cooked
is it
by
a thing that
Japanese.
you eat as a group? Like you're not gonna go there by yourself, kind of thing.
You
You
can
probably
do that,
go there with
but
You
friends.
could,
no, yes,
you
but
could, but you can
Yeah.
also take advantage of the big things, the big
Yeah.
yes,
plates.
they have like this big plate. It's called the Samurai Special. It's like a big
I like that.
box with a lot of different dishes in different places. Like you got like
Oh.
and depend of the season is the kind of food that they put. Like you got a lot of sashimis for salmon, tuna,
Wow, that
and then
sounds
you got
great.
yes,
Yeah,
and that
sashimi.
and this they sell this how they call it's like an egg roll. I
Hmm.
think it's tamagoyaki.
Yeah,
Well,
with a made an egg.
Tamagoyaki.
Yeah,
yes. They sell that.
those are good. They're always a
Yes,
little sweet, which I like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Mhm.
yes,
that's the way it should be.
yes. It's so delicious.
Um, yeah, you have to put that in the chat. I want to look that place up later
Okay,
for
Usagi.
whenever I go there
All right.
and there's
and
there's,
don't eat
there's
Mexican food.
another restaurant that Ariadna Gurika told me that is called the Al Mirage. It's an Pakistani
Ooh,
food.
Pakistani slash
Pakistan,
Indian.
yes, it's
slash
Indian food,
Indian.
but they're a family from Pakistan that they settled their restaurant here.
Oh man, I bet that's really good.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
really spicy. I don't like so much spicy food, but thanks to Green Cat, I started eating them, and then
There you
I
go.
love it. Oh my god, the
It's a lot
butter,
of fun.
it's
Yeah,
delicious.
spicy food is good.
I feel like I haven't had a lot of spicy Indian food. I hear spicy Indian food can get really spicy.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a lot of spicy Thai food, like spicy to the point where I can't eat it. Um,
Wow.
When it starts to hurt, I don't like that.
yeah, yeah. I always think that always think that I'm gonna want the most spicy thing, and I always, no matter what, if I'm someplace, I'll order the spiciest dish because I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna love that, and then I can't eat it, and I feel stupid. And I'm like, it's gonna take throw this in the trash, guys. It's inedible.
Aw,
I also have a sneaking suspicion that I'm not very good at at eating spicy food. Like, if
might
someone
be.
were to eat the things that I couldn't eat, they'd be like, "This isn't even hot."
Damn. Okay. Yeah, you need to. I mean, well, I don't know. In Texas, is it common that people take can take a lot of spicy stuff? Because I
I
don't
don't
know.
know if it's a common thing, but I feel like it's like you have this little subset of the population that just loves it. And I like to think that I'm one of those guys, but I don't know if I am.
Okay. Yeah, in my experience, well, maybe because of your background, I don't know. In my experience, USA people
Oh,
cannot really
bang, bang, bang! We got this gun though. We may not
yeah,
be able
but
to handle the spicy food, but we got a gun. So,
yeah, you tried.
no, you're probably right. I like to think that I can handle some, but I probably can. And let's all face it, guys. We're all getting older. Sometimes it hurts. It hurts the guts.
Yes.
It hurts the intestines. We can't eat the spicy foods we used to eat.
Mm, I don't know about that.
Well, I can because I feel like I'll have to take medications.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Oh damn!
I am the same. I am
See?
the same spot. Yes.
Well, one
I
time when we went to an Indian restaurant, I ordered the spiciest dish, and the chef came out
I
of
was
the
there.
of the um
Like,
how you call the sorry, how you call the place where they cook stuff, kitchen.
The kitchen.
He
kitchen.
came out of the kitchen
Cocina.
all the way, yeah, cocina, all the way from the kitchen, and yeah, he congratulated me and everything.
Oh,
He
wow.
shook my hand, and
They
he was
say
like, "Who
you're
is the
the owner
crazy
now.
that ordered this thing?" And I'm like, "Here," and I was almost done, and he was like, "Wow, I salute you," and blah blah blah. That thing, I ended up like a little bit lightheaded because of all the
you were almost hallucinated.
Yeah.
no,
I've
but
I've
I
seen
ended up
people
lightheaded.
hallucinate on that on spicy food.
What?
I've seen people hallucinate on spicy
Ah,
food.
yeah, they
Yeah.
say that's possible.
I ordered one time. I was getting some Thai food in a little food cart, not too far from my home, and it was a situation where it's like level 1, level 2, 3, 4. It went up to like 5. I would think that it was 5, and then Thai hot, and I was like, well, let me just do some of this Thai hot, see how it
Wow.
is. And there was a lady back there making it, and she's like, "Oh, you ordered the Thai hot?" And she like handed me my food and
Uh-huh.
like put her hands on top of it and was like, "I hope you really like that."
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, "Oh no, did I offend you somehow? Are you about to do something terrible to me?" And she did. It was too spicy. It was the most spicy thing I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that's the most spicy that I've had in my life was that one, and it was weird because I'm used to spice that it's spicy and overwhelming and just like that. It's like a punch of
Yeah.
spiciness, but this spice from this Indian thing, it was like building. Like the more I ate, the more and more and more and more it was spicy
Do you know if it's in
until
other or in
Hmm?
Asian food? Is it or not Asian food? Is it in Indian food? Is it still just like chiles that are making it spicy, or is it something else?
No, yeah, it is chili. It is
Oh,
spices and chili. Mhm.
because it does feel like it's so
More,
spicy. Yeah.
yeah, like
Yes.
chemicals,
Is there
straight up chemicals.
black magic,
What?
voodoo, something? It feels like more because I feel like I can eat a pepper or a chili and that'd be no problem,
Hmm.
but
Yeah,
just
this is
that
something else.
mixture feels like it's too much,
Yeah, I think it's probably the blend of spices plus
right?
the chili
Bro.
because I've cooked these dishes, so I
Oh,
know like they taste the same when I cook them, and they also build. But yeah, what happened is that for days, like it felt like I was about to have like
days?
days. Yeah,
Oh no, I don't. This is
yeah,
not what
it
we
felt
need.
like I was about to get sick for 5 days, but I never got sick. But it was not a nice feeling. It was like, what's going on? What did I do?
It was
Is
worth
this
it.
permanent? Like,
This
oh
is
my
my
gosh.
life now.
Yeah, I thought for a second. But yeah, it passed, thank God. And that was the craziest experience that I had with chili for
my,
spiciness.
my crazy chili story was with I confused one sauce. I thought it was avocado sauce
Oh
and it was
man,
habanero sauce.
Oh no,
habanero.
And I put like a ton of my I bought some tacos and this is obviously avocado sauce and I put
obviously.
that shit a lot
Yum.
all over the top and then I start eating and then I start crying. Like it was
Mm.
too spicy. I mean I can handle some kind of spiciness, some level of spiciness, but that one I was like I never forget that. Like I was crying and at the same time um,
What?
cleaning all the sauce from the tacos because I could not eat it. I couldn't eat them.
Oh, you were wiping it
Yeah, yes,
off,
I
Yeah,
were
yeah,
wiping
yeah.
it. Yes, I were wiping it so that
getting rid of it.
yes. And
Wow.
the third thing is I was trying to wipe my the spiciness, so I started drinking water, and I didn't know that if you drink water, you get more spices.
That's what they say.
Yeah, so
Oh
they
yeah,
oh,
it stings more. Yes.
but that sensation I I cannot forget.
That's a good one. That's a good story.
Good story.
That is
That's
a good story.
awful. I think that has happened to a lot of Mexicans because we have the sauce,
Because of the
the
green sauce.
guacamole sauce and the habanero sauce that are very very similar, and sometimes they don't clarify which one is which, and this
Yeah,
happens.
why are you doing this to me? So then, do you have like a creative process in your work, especially in the photography?
I feel like I don't. Like I said, I have that note file that I have on my phone that I will come up with my ideas and then kind of go from there. I have like different artists that I follow, and sometimes I'll try to like get inspiration there, or sometimes I'll. My girlfriend is a comedian, and so sometimes we'll sit and we'll kind of just talk about like what's a funny situation that we could put a ghost in that someone would see it and laugh, and then from there we'll kind of like go from okay, so how do I make this funny situation something that's a little more uh, dark, I guess, like a little spookier, or places like uh, we'll often like plan these little trips and stuff, and then kind of think of like, oh, there's these rock formations that are out over there, and I think that they seem kind of otherworldly. And if we go over there with a ghost, it'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll try to plan like trips just on taking this silly little sheet and putting it over somebody and getting a picture real quick.
Nice.
So you almost go on the fly, like
Yeah,
that's
I
cool.
always feel funny because I whenever I travel, I always now have the sheet with me, and it takes
Oh.
up most of my like luggage. And I'm like, well, I can either pack more clothes for the trip or a sheet just in case. And I always end up taking the sheet.
Good. You should. Yeah.
What about you
It's
guys?
the way to go.
What is your creative processes?
For well, it depends. I guess it depends
If you're
on
doing something just for you,
just for me.
just for you.
Just for me, it's just probably putting some music that I like and just
Oh, that's a
thinking
good one.
about the things that I like and start drawing.
I take a lot of walks and listen to music, and I will often like just be in my head on like a long walk and
Hmm.
think of things that way.
Mm. Well,
Actually,
I have you ever been in the how do you say the blog
creative block.
creator blog?
Yeah, for sure.
And
Yes.
how did you get rid of it?
Yeah. Um, man, I like if I feel like I'm in a is it called a creative block?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
yeah,
I
art
think
block,
it's
creative
yeah,
block.
art blog. Yes.
yeah. I think you're right. Uh, I would like I don't have any kind of a schedule when it comes to creating anything, so I like to tell myself that if I need to take some time off or if I need to not touch a camera for a bit, that's okay. Um, but to always kind of tell yourself like, well, what are you gonna do next? What think of some other idea, but you don't have like I'm never gonna force myself to go shoot. Uh, but also, I probably don't create as much as someone who does force themselves. You know,
Has that happened to you at work? Like you do kind of something artsy, like
I
um,
do.
user
Um,
interface. What would you do when you're like you have to?
oh, if I have to,
Mm-hmm.
well, we have. So I have a small team of people that I kind of manage. So we'll have these little um, like Zoom meetings now because it's all remote. Um,
Mm-hmm.
we'll
Yes.
have these little Zoom meetings where we kind of just everyone kind of toss out an idea of like, well, how can we best represent this? What do you have? What do you have? And then this kind of like brainstorming as a
Mm,
group because
that's
technically the whole department is in
is
charge of
involved.
everything. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
Nice. That's good.
yeah. And I'm big about like if I come up with something or have an idea, I'm probably gonna run it by somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I have an idea, like if I have uh, like a bit of an idea that could one day become a bigger idea, I like to run it by somebody. Like, hey, what do you think about this? If I were to like take a picture of a ghost that was having a baby, but the baby was not a ghost. It was a dog. It was my dog.
Oh my
And they'd be
god.
like, oh, well, that's silly. That's not very good. But what if we try to do something else? And so
Mm-hmm.
we kind of like I like bounce ideas off of a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That's actually pretty cool
Yeah.
advice. You go to brainstorming with people and ask about
Oh
their
yeah.
opinion. Yes, that's a really good advice.
Yeah.
I
Bouncing
feel like
ideas. Hmm?
I feel like there's a lot of people who aren't who are against the idea of kind of like work.
Sharing.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I've heard that before where like people say if you have an idea but you haven't like fleshed it out that you shouldn't share it. You should like give
Nah.
yourself time to come
Uh,
up with it. I agree, right?
Yeah. No. That's not a. It would probably stay there forever if you don't.
I think the idea is that there's a handful of people who, if they have an idea that's not fleshed out, they are scared of someone saying, "Hey, this is not a good idea," because then it
yes.
kind of takes all the
Mm.
steam out of them, and they won't do it.
Oh yeah.
They are afraid to get hurt of the opinion,
Exactly.
right? Yes.
Exactly.
That's true. I remember the. I mean, yeah, I used to be like that, but I forgot. I just now remember, and I remember that I identified with the dad in Back to the Future that he used to write, and but like he would write and write, but nobody could see it ever. Like he
Yeah.
would freak out if somebody was reading it.
There's a lot of people like that.
Hmm.
How do you get out of that mindset though, as a creative?
Yeah, in my case, I was like that when I was younger because I was very insecure, and I
Yeah,
was
it is.
also I lived in my head a lot. I
Sure.
mean, I still kind of do because I still suffer from depression and anxiety, but back then it was way worse. When you actually get out of your head and realize that the world is way more big than you realize, and you kind of take a more existential, no, nihilistic approach, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Like nothing matters. Like who
Yeah.
cares if somebody were to actually laugh? What's the worst thing that could happen?
Yeah.
Nothing. It's just that they laugh and that's it. They might call you lame and not ever talk to you again or something like that, and that is not the end of the world. You
Yeah.
Life goes on, and it's just, yeah. When I was younger, I was just like trapped in the what if, and I kind of got out of it when I was like, okay, what if? Like, what's the worst case scenario? And then I realized that the worst case scenario was not the end of the world, and I was like, okay, maybe I can do this.
I feel like both of you probably come from the same kind of background as I do of like you've probably worked where you had a client where you had to create something for this client. Um, and sometimes they like it and sometimes they don't. And I
Mhm.
feel like being at a job where a lot of times they don't like it, or a lot of times they have their own input. You kind of get in this mentality of like, okay, uh, this doesn't matter. Like this is all a process. Like, yes, I'm gonna make something. I think it's good, uh, but that doesn't mean that they're gonna like it. And maybe this is nothing. Maybe, and that's okay. It's a process of kind of like
Mhm.
back and forth until we find something that works.
Exactly.
Um, but I definitely, probably when I first started in that kind of job,
Mm.
um, had a hard time with it. Where it's
Mhm.
like, but this is the best thing that I could possibly make.
Yeah,
It has to
true.
be what you like.
Why?
Yeah.
Very
But
true.
and I feel like probably being in a job like that helps you get over that, you know?
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I have forgotten about that too. Yeah, it was exactly like you said. Like, but this is I cannot do
Yeah.
better. I
This is the
promise you.
best thing I've ever done.
Silly me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to just continue. It's bound to change and it's bound to be better because you're gonna get surprised at the end. Like, wow, I thought that could be the best that I can do,
Yeah.
but then look at this. Holy
Yeah, and there's a lot of
guacamole.
people who don't have that kind of job or have that kind of experience, and I feel like those are the kind of people that are probably like
True.
scared to share or scared to
Mm-hmm.
to work together with someone else.
Yeah, it builds character.
It does build
yes,
character.
but I think it's in a way a personal experience. I mean, it's not easy.
No, not at
It's not
all.
easy. It's not easy to realize that. I mean, but the thing is like you have to try, right?
You do.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah,
you guys like my little guys? I'm doing all right over here, my little guys.
I like it.
I
They have like this puppet vibe.
Yeah, I like
Puppet
them.
the
Yeah,
left one reminds me a little bit of The Simpsons.
Yeah, because of that overbite. Yeah,
Uh huh. And the eyes.
nice, nice.
eyes, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You guys see that guy? That guy. That's good.
Before you found that camera, did you have any interest in photography, by the
You
way?
know what? I don't know if I did.
Mm.
Isn't that weird?
Mm.
Um, I think that I always liked the idea of it, but yeah, I never thought it would be a possibility. Really, I don't know. That's a good question. I did have like before that was my first
Encounter.
DSLR, like an actual camera that you could change the settings on and change shutter speeds, uh, adjust focal lengths. Normally, I think we probably all had those little like those little digital cameras that came out like in 1999 kind of thing, like 2000, that were where cameras were measured in megapixels, where it's like, oh, this camera's 3 megapixels. You
yes,
can get like
yes.
just a stamp size photo. It's great.
Yeah.
Um, I had those, and I always thought that was really cool, but I never did anything with them besides just like take pictures of my family or pick pictures of what I was doing.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I can't remember the first time that like put together what I would call an image, like an actual piece of art.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah. Actually, now that I mean, I asked you that because I was actually curious, but now I remember that when I was a kid, I loved to take pictures with my analog
uh,
camera.
you had an analog camera?
Yeah, when I was a little kid. I'm 35, so
Whoa,
back in my
whoa,
back in my days,
ugh,
in the
tell me
90s, everything was analog.
everything. When I
Everything.
was a kid, like I want to say like a kid, we also had like one of those an analog camera that ran on film that I think we got from like cereal or something.
Ooh.
Like if you had enough cereal boxes you
Uh-huh.
can mail off and get like a
Trade it out.
yeah, like a free Pebbles uh,
Oh, that's great.
little camera, and that's when I remember having that, but I had no concept of how that worked or what to do with it. But I remember taking pictures with it.
Mm. No, yeah, I love to like buy my film with my savings and like take my little camera and
Mm.
take pictures of my Barbies.
Oh, that's
Like
cool.
I would take them out of in the garden and like pose
Yeah,
them like they were having adventures and camping and stuff, and I would take pictures
that's
of
where it
them.
all started. And now
What?
and now you're an incredible photographer. That's how it happens.
Uh, yes, exactly. That's me. A successful photographer,
To the
professional photographer.
stars without a gun,
Oh my god.
um, with a Christmas tree. We're
Wait,
doing all right.
oh, that's true. You have a Christmas tree
That was
Yeah,
in
that's our
first
April.
thing
first
I
thing
asked.
he said.
Why do you have a Christmas tree?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's weird to me that you guys don't.
Yeah,
You
we are.
have
We're
you have
quirky like
no
that.
no joy in your
Shame,
lives at
shame.
all. Yeah, you
Where's your
just
Christmas spirit?
But it's April.
no.
It's
Not
a
in
Come on.
your heart.
it's a
Ah,
year-round thing. The
yeah.
spirit. The,
I
the,
thought you guys were Jewish. I told him that. It's like that must be why they don't have Christmas trees. And I
Yeah, the
um,
respect
candle
that.
thing. Oh my god. Well, but I think
oh
we
my god.
reached the end of the show.
We did it.
Ah,
We
that's
did it.
crazy.
We did it. Yay!
Who'd have thunk, guys? Who'd have
All
thunk?
right.
Yes,
Well,
it was
Daniel, but
great.
thanks to for being our guest here, and thanks for the doodles and for the advice for the photograph.
Thanks for
Yes.
having
And
me. It's been a blast.
yes, actually.
Yay!
You guys will have
I
to
love
take me
it.
out to eat some crazy food when I get there.
Yes,
It's
of
gonna be
course.
Yes.
great.
But
Yes,
of
we can show
course.
you around and
We're gonna go
everything.
to eat army wings or whatever.
Like what?
What's the name of that
Wins
place?
Army.
Wait
Wings
for me.
Army.
Army,
What do
yeah.
you know
Yeah.
about that? Have I said something about that?
I don't know. It's my favorite
Hmm.
wing place.
My favorite. Oh
Mhm.
my god. Sure, sure, sure.
I
All right.
was thought that that place was from United States, but I heard that it was invented from some guy from Jalisco.
Yeah.
That seems
Yeah.
about right.
That's also something about Guadalajara. We are like the wings capital. There's so
Really?
many different businesses.
Yes, and
All
all
the
of them has
names, all the themes.
their own original recipe.
Wings, wings, wings
Yes.
everywhere.
That's I did not know this.
Yeah. Yeah. For some reason that happened.
Well, Daniel, again, thanks a lot. So
No, thank you.
let's see you next time. And with this, we finish the show. So thank you.
Bye.
Bye
Bye.
guys.